Hey YouTube, I'm back this time with a vendor wax haul. So if you watched my last video, it was a Walmart wax haul for the fall. I'm clearly in a mode of stocking up for wax for my classroom at this point. So I've got all my supplies. I'll link that video down below, by the way. And now I'm just stocking up on my wax. So if you're new to my channel, I am a teacher. I'm a high school English lit teacher, and I do have a wax warmer in my classroom. I change out my wax pretty much every day. So in addition to wax that I go through at home, I also go through some at school as well that I always include in my empties and my reviews and stuff like that. So also, if you guys know my channel, you would know that typically I stick to my retail wax. I usually will stick to my Walmart, Bath and Body Works, Yankee. Sometimes I'll branch out and do a little bit of like DW or Chesapeake or whatever, but generally I always stick to my retail. However, right now I have a little bit of a Super Tarts haul and also RoseGirls. So I've never purchased from RoseGirls before, which is why this is kind of exciting. But yeah, I just wanted to share with you what I've got for the school year. So first I'll go through my Super Tarts. The really part of the reason why I wanted to pick up some Super Tarts is because even though I've been critical of Super Tarts in the past, because at least for me, like I don't mean this as a criticism for the product, but for me, Super Tarts tends to be a little too complicated. I'm finding that I like things to be a little simpler. However, there was one particular fragrance or wax from Super Tarts that I loved, absolutely loved last year in my classroom, and I definitely wanted to pick some up. So the one that I really loved the most out of my haul that I did more than a year ago is Orange is the New Black. It is orange juice, burnt marshmallows, and pomegranate. So it's kind of like a burnt orange, a little bit burnt orange color. And if I open it up, the wax looks like this. So definitely the orange all around with like a grayish, brownish center here. So I absolutely love this. It is fantastic. First and foremost, I get the sweetness from the orange, like absolutely, definitely. But I feel like I can get kind of a dark berry like that pomegranate, and definitely some creaminess with the burnt marshmallows. So I found that this was very kid-friendly, very teacher-friendly. It was my favorite from the haul, so I absolutely wanted to pick up two, and I can definitely see myself buying more of these in the future. So something I did notice from Super Tarts that I have not experienced with clamshells from, at least from Walmart, is they look pretty good now, but a number of my Super Tarts I got last year, the plastic became very soft and kind of mushy. However, I didn't find that affected my wax. It didn't leak. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens again, but I'm noticing that some people who are buying Super Tarts for the first time are noticing that and being a little concerned about it. I would just let it go. Like I said, my wax never leaked. I never had any kind of problem with it. So I don't know, it just was what it was. Now, in addition to my Orange is the New Black, I also picked up two more fragrances. Like I kept this pretty conservative. I bought two other fragrances that just seemed very interesting to me. The first one that I bought is Off With Her Head Clearly from Alice in Wonderland. This is Painted Roses, Mixed Berries, Marshmallow Fluff, and Orange Zest. And this is good too. So I definitely like my Orange is the New Black more. I think that's definitely gonna be like my ride or die for Super Tarts. But this wax is pretty, it smells good, looks good with the crown, the hearts, and the little swirl. And I noticed when I popped it out that, well, if I could pop it out again, there we go. That, I don't know if it'll really pick up here because my camera's not that good, but it does have some sequins in it. So, or not sequins, but glitter. And the glitter's not like crazy. I guess you can maybe see it better here. The glitter's not crazy, but it's definitely something that I noticed. This smelled really nice as well. So I definitely kind of got like a complicated fragrance from it, or complex. I definitely got all these items: the Painted Roses, Mixed Berries, Marshmallow Fluff, and Orange Zest. First and foremost, I really just got like a sweet powdery rose is kind of how I would describe this. So if you tend to like powdery florals, then you might enjoy this one. And finally, the last one that I got from Super Tarts, because I've actually been eyeing this one for a long time, even though I don't tend to purchase from Super Tarts, is Lollipop Guild. The keynotes or the notes for Lollipop Guild are sweet lollipops and fresh cut grass. So being a Kansas girl, I tend to be a little bit partial to things that are Wizard of Oz themed, and Lollipop, or the Lollipop Guild, is like the little group of boys. Like once Dorothy gets to Munchkin Land, it's like the 3 boys who do a little song and dancing. That's the Lollipop Guild. So this is the wax. It's a very pretty green and blue with a lollipop and again a little swirl here. So again, it is lollipops and fresh green grass. I think it smells really great. It smells a little bit soapy to me. Like I almost get like a bit of a Blue Dawn vibe, but I still think it smells like a sweet, almost soapy grass. So I like it. I don't see myself really taking this to school because I don't find that it's kid friendly. I don't think that my students would like it, but I personally like it. So I think I'm gonna keep this one at home. My boyfriend, or I'm so used to calling him my boyfriend, my fiance would hate this because he doesn't like earthy stuff. Like whenever I use my Rain Kiss leaves, he like just dies, can't stand it. So I'm just going to melt this whenever he is away on trips and just appreciate it for myself. Okay, so that is it from Super Tarts. I do have a number of mini melter bags from RoseGirls that I'll get into. I always want to say Rose Gold, but RoseGirls. Oh, actually, before I finish my Super Tarts, I also got this little sampler. I wish that there would be like a note that says what the sampler is. I'm glad that this is only a sampler because I don't know if it's like, first of all, this is what it looks like. But this to me smells like maybe a banana, like creamy, nutty, but also like, I hate to say it, but kind of like acetone. Like there's something very like caustic and biting about it to me. So I'll definitely melt it because yeah, it is a very interesting fragrance, but I just don't know how that like really intense note, whatever that is, I don't know how that's gonna play out. So I'm happy with what I actually purchased. I'm glad that we do get samples because I think it's a very nice gesture. But yeah, I just wish I had a little thing that says what it is. Okay, so on to RoseGirls. Since I have said that I find Super Tarts to be a little bit more complicated than what I like, a little bit more complex than what I like, I decided to go with the mini melter bags from RoseGirls. That way I could just try out a number of different fragrances and add them together to make something that I think would smell good and just kind of experiment with them. So I'm just gonna go over the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items that I bought. So my first one that I purchased is Pear. I've used up one of these already, so like whatever. But first one is Pear, and it's a very bright yellow wax. And again, I just got kind of like the mini bags. I don't know what you call them, but. And Pear is fine. It's actually weirdly more body care than I thought it was gonna be. Like this does not smell like a pear I would want to eat. I was really hoping that the fragrance would be a little bit more robust. And a little bit more smooth, I guess. But I did put this in a melter, and I feel like when it melts, it kind of mellows out a little bit, becomes a little bit more robust, and then it was better. So in the bag, like it's very in your face, but I feel like once it's in the melter, especially in a room where it can throw, then it's better. So it's still not exactly what I want it to be. I still don't think I would repurchase it in the future, but I'm okay with having it now. The next one that I have, and I've also used up one of these, and in fact I mixed these two together, is whipped cream. So I wanted something kind of creamy, kind of vanilla-ish that I could just mix with things. And this is good. Again, it's still not like a fragrance that I feel like I would want to eat a thing that smells like this. And like I said, it feels a little bit body care to me, but it was still nice. And I think putting these two together is what really helped this one become a little bit more edible and a little bit more doable in a warmer. All right, so those are actually the two that I like the least from my order. Now I'm gonna go into the ones I like more. So the first one that I liked more is Satsuma. So I haven't actually tried this one, but just like smelling it in the bag, I liked it more. So Satsuma, I'm a Satsuma girl. Like, hook me up with some Body Shop Satsuma, I love it. really great, easy, simple citrus. So like I said, I'm a Satsuma girl, love it, love it, love it. So I'm excited to have these. The next one that I picked up is one I like even more. It is peaches and cream. This one, I think, out of at least the fruity things, was my favorite. I felt like it smelled the most edible, and it's not like I'm eating these, but like you guys know what I mean. Like it smells the most edible. I think it's easiest like on the nose, if that makes sense, because of that creamy scent to it. So I definitely get more of a peach than a cream, but I feel like those two scents are definitely still there together. The next one I picked up, and these are my last two by the way, is Macintosh Madness. So I wanted something just kind of easy, like really part of the reason why, and this is good, it honestly just smells like, I don't know, it's Better Homes and Gardens, like whatever red apple scent they do that's just like a Mac apple, it smells like that to me. So a little bit chemical, but I feel like that's kind of what Mac apple, at least in wax, just tends to be. But yeah, I feel like this smells great. I feel like it also smells like country apple if you're into country apple from Bath & Body Works. So really the reason why I placed a RoseGirls haul is, like I said, I like the idea behind Super Tarts, but oftentimes it's a little too complex for me. And also I noticed again this fall that heirloom apple came out, and it is still farm stand apple slash country apple, whatever you want to call it. And I just remember in 2016, it used to be like heirloom apple. It used to be like a Mac apple and marshmallow. I know this isn't marshmallow, but close enough. And so what I wanted to do was create what I wish it would have been like these past 2 years. So I wanted to try to recreate that nice red apple with the creaminess and just kind of have that, because I don't know why they changed it, but I'm really disappointed that Bath & Body Works changed their heirloom apple, because it used to be so good and now it's just farm stand apple in a different name. So yeah, I'm just excited to kind of experiment with these and see how they go. And the very last one I picked up is my favorite one from my order. It is Absolute Coffee. And just for reference, I would say that Absolute Coffee kind of smells like a smoother espresso bar. Like espresso bar from Bath & Body Works is good, but it's really intense. It has a little bit of a chocolate note that this doesn't have. But yeah, espresso bar is really intense, and I feel like this is a little bit more creamy, a little bit more like drinkable, I guess you can say. This kind of reminds me of maybe like if you had a cup of coffee and you put in one of those little like sandwich cookies that kind of look like waffles, like not Stroop waffles, not those, but they're like just the waffle type, like cheap cookies with the cream in the middle. I imagine if you dunked that in coffee and ate that, like that's kind of how I feel this smells. Like there's definitely a creaminess to it. It's not just a straight black coffee, but I feel like it's a really nice one for people who just can't really get down with espresso bar. So that is it for my vendor wax haul for probably the entire semester. Like I've got a lot going on here, and I only do 1 cube a day, so it takes me a while in my classroom to get through stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed. It's very possible that there'll be more vendor wax for me in the future, but like I said, this will be it for like a while. But yeah, definitely stay tuned. Definitely make sure that you're liking, commenting, subscribing, and follow me on Instagram at yellowbrickexpat, same way it's spelled here. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.